Hey everybody, welcome back to yet another episode. I'm Samantha Harms with the Garrison Public Affairs Office. And first of all, happy Thanksgiving. We're so thankful for listeners like you. And we're thankful that you're choosing to listen to this podcast this week. So we have to talk about stress that's happening right now, as well as just general wellness. I feel like this is the time of year people really start to think about it. So we are going to get into all of that and so much more on this week's episode of The Great Big Podcast. Hey everybody, welcome back. So we are talking Armed Forces Wellness Center today, which is going to be just a variety of things, but we've got some important things to share with people. So first, I want to say thank you to my guests. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Sure. Hey, I'm Mark Bewley. I am the Senior Health Educator over at the Fort Cavazos Armed Forces Wellness Center.
And I'm Gina Wolf, and I'm one of the health educators over at the Armed Forces Wellness Center, so Mark is my boss.
Oh, well, thank you guys for coming on the show with me today. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah. Okay, so the first question, of course, has to be, well, let me back up. First of all, happy Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is here. So I want to ask, just to like set the mood here, what is your favorite Thanksgiving food? It's a tough question.
That is a tough question.
I know.
So growing up, I was kind of strange. I hated turkey.
Oh, that's fair. I feel like it's really
I like
dry.
it more now.
Yeah.
Still not my favorite.
Yeah.
I would say anything to do with sweet potatoes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet potato casserole.
I actually don't eat turkey, so I'm like kind of the oddball in my family on Thanksgiving. And
It's okay. I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat turkey, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I get it.
So growing up, I actually didn't like turkey either, and it kind of bothered my dad when he made the turkey every year.
No.
But that being said, my favorite Thanksgiving food has always been pumpkin pie.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm all about like anything that has pumpkin in it. So
Nice.
pumpkin pie every year.
I love that for you guys. All right, great. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, tell me what the Armed Forces Wellness Center is and what services you guys offer. I know it's a vast question.
Yeah. So, we're a program that is all designed around kind of meeting the soldier and, helping them to improve and meet their health and wellness goals. So, a lot of times we will get lumped in to being a weight loss clinic. Soldiers will get sent over to us if they're on ABCP or they failed height weight, something like that.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to explain what that acronym is there.
ABCP, the Army Body Composition Program.
Okay, thank you.
So, sometimes we have a slight, negative connotation, or we're associated negatively because people are voluntold to come over there if you need to lose weight. So not why we're here. We're actually we're a preventative service. So we're trying to find those soldiers that are maybe borderline, that aren't failing just yet. And we want to keep them ready, keep them from failing. So we have a number of different services, all designed around, holistic health. So, we focus on the dietary side of things, the, physical fitness side of things, stress management side, sleep education. And then we just provide a lot of coaching and, health behavior change is not an easy thing to do alone.
Definitely not. Yeah.
Right. So, we're here to help keep the soldier or individual motivated, help keep them on track. So the service that everybody kind of knows us for is the bod pod.
Oh, okay.
So our bod pod is our body composition testing.
Okay.
Soldiers, active duty soldiers or retirees are going to be familiar with the tape test. So if they aren't making weight, they have to get taped. Tape is going to give them their body fat percentage. Tape is not always the most accurate means for measuring body fat percentage.
Okay. Yep.
So our bod pod is it's a very, very accurate means. So, individuals can come over to us and get this nice, accurate kind of baseline of where they're at.
Okay, so for people who come, because we're used to having people who are being taped now, like in the past, and now that we've got this service that is, like you were saying, way more accurate, how does that process actually work? So people show up and say, hey, I'm here for this. What then? What happens then? So
first off, we have kind of two ways of getting into the bod pod, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We do have some new walk-in hours.
Okay.
But if you were to come over as just a normal kind of interested client,
right?
You would first schedule a health assessment review. That's just time for me to sit down with you and kind of get to know you, go over your health history, set some goals with you, talk about what's worked in the past, what hasn't, go over your injuries, your limitations, your stress, kind of just get a good feel for you.
Okay.
And then generally the first kind of testing appointment would be the bod pod.
Okay.
So the bod pod, it's super quick. It's a 30-minute appointment. You do 2 45-second measurements inside of the actual bod pod.
Oh, okay.
So it's really quick. And it's very eye-opening. It's going to give you exact fat mass, so it'll give you fat mass in pounds. And then we'll give you fat-free mass in pounds. So fat-free mass is going to be everything else. Muscles, tissues, bones, organs, water, blood, kind of all the other stuff.
Literally like everything that's in your, that's creepy.
Yeah. And so again, it is eye-opening, but it's a great tool to actually see how you've been doing. I mean, you can lose 10 pounds, right? But that could be a good thing, could be a bad thing.
Right.
I mean, it depends on what are you actually losing. And so with the bod pod, we can truly see, did you lose 10 pounds of muscle? Did you lose 10 pounds of fat? Did you lose a little bit of both? Did you lose fat tissue, gain muscle tissue? So it's a really cool tool. So, and then I also mentioned we have the kind of walk-in way to get into the bod pod. So they recently updated AR 600-9, which is the Army Reg. Yeah,
that is the Army Body Composition Program, Army regulation.
Yeah, so they recently updated that, so it deals with the tape test. Okay. And so if you fail both of your tapings, so you're not making body fat, the percentage that the Army wants, you can do a supplemental body fat measurement. And so the bod pod is an approved means for the supplemental body fat testing. And so in order to deal with the influx of clients needing those supplemental measurements, we've started offering bod pods on a walk-in basis every Wednesday, 1300 to 1500.
Okay, so that's 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock.
Yes,
for civilian
1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. So, and we can generally get through about 12 people in that time, give or take on the exact day, but depending on demand, we may increase those hours, change up the days and things like that too.
Yeah. Okay, that's awesome. That's great. Okay, so for people who are doing just the supplemental, if they come in and they're like, oh wow, this was helpful for what I needed it for, what do you guys recommend? Do you recommend they come back and set up time to kind of talk about things that are going on with them and making sure that they're staying where they need to go?
Yeah, we absolutely recommend that you do a follow-up appointment. So as Mark said, those walk-in bod pods, the only thing that we're going to do during that appointment is give you your body fat percentage.
Okay.
We won't sit down and talk about anything else because it's just a quick appointment. Right. So we do recommend that even if you're just doing the walk-in, that you make an appointment for that health assessment review. So we can take the time to sit down with you and go over your goals. And more than likely, if you're coming in to get your body composition assessed, you probably have some health or fitness related goal. So that way we can take that time to sit down with you and then tell you about our other services and schedule those for whatever you may be looking for.
Yeah, that's awesome. For people who maybe have not needed the supplemental, but who are just like, I could really use some help, or I have these goals or these things that I would like to do, but like you said, it takes a village, getting all that help that maybe you might need. What do you guys recommend people do?
So, definitely going through the whole program is a good start. Come in, sit down with us. Let's talk about, what is going on specific, with you. Set some goals. I would, definitely, I always recommend to my clients, like, let's focus on one or two areas. A lot of times people will try to, if, again, health behavior change is hard. And so if there's several things that you need to work on, we try to work on all of those at once, and it becomes overwhelming. And then we kind of, regress towards old habits. So, setting good goals is sets us up with that solid foundation. And so then we'll get some initial numbers with the different testing. So like we'd start off with the bod pod again. Right. Generally after that, we're going to do metabolic analysis. So that is a test that measures RMR, or resting metabolic rate, a kind of baseline for how many calories your body is going to burn. So it's, heart beating, breathing, body staining mass, your organs functioning. So it gives you that baseline. My body's going to burn X amount of calories throughout the day. We'll add in calories for lifestyle stuff, exercise stuff. So in the end, we can very accurately show you exactly how much you would need to consume if you are just trying to maintain weight. And then, based off what that client wants to do, we can make adjustments if they're wanting to lose weight, if they're wanting to gain muscle tissue, if they're just wanting to tone up. We can kind of change those numbers around and help them to get there. We can talk through their nutritional habits and all of that. We can help them out with nutrient timing, macronutrient education, and then get them in for the fitness testing, design exercise programs for them. So
wow.
And then it's really kind of bringing them back in, because I can throw a bunch of numbers at you.
Yeah.
And then if I never see you again, I don't know if it did any good.
Right.
Again, it's hard. So really bringing somebody back in and sitting you down and talking about what went right this past month, what went wrong, set some new goals for the next month.
Yeah.
And it's just baby step it. So small successes that lead to, greater success.
That's awesome. Do you want to give us, so obviously it's Thanksgiving, so I feel like this is the time of year, the holiday season, where people tend to really focus in on what they're eating, just because they are naturally just eating quite a bit more for the holiday season. And I always feel like there's such a stigma around that. People who are constantly trying to say, oh, you should really watch what you're eating. Do you guys have any tips or anything you want to talk about when it comes to nutrition wise, as far as enjoy what you're doing, enjoy what you're eating, and still be conscious of it at the same time? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I would say number one, like you said, enjoy the holiday season, right? It's not something that happens very often, especially if you're a service member and you're going home.
Yeah.
If you are going home, you're probably seeing your family and you haven't seen them in probably quite a while.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to make you foods, things like that. So number one, just be able to enjoy yourself. It's okay to deviate from your normal daily schedule, from time to time. And as Mark mentioned, we can assess your calorie needs and tell you where you need to be at and how many calories your body needs. Over the holidays, if you have just a little bit of time where you're eating in an excess of calories, it would take a lot for that to really make a drastic change in your weight, or a significant difference. So just being mindful that it's okay to enjoy yourself and kind of
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should have a good relationship with food.
Yeah.
I mean, too many people think it's just like, eat very little and
Yes.
that's healthy, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so over the holidays, we kind of, overeat, and then we feel so bad about ourselves. And then that just leads to more negative eating. But yeah, like Gina says, like, enjoy it. It only comes around, once a year. That 1 or 2 days of overeating is not going to, offset an entire month's worth of good work. I mean, 1 pound of fat is 3,500 calories. So, you go over your goals by 3,500 calories that one day, who cares? You can get that back off in a week. Like, the issue a lot of times is that one day, then we let that bleed into, 1 week, and then it becomes 1 month, and then it's a couple months, and then we're like, how did I get here?
Yeah, no, that's a great point. So I know you guys talked a little bit about, you guys also offer stress relief classes as well, tips on that. Of course, the holiday season is always stressful for people for a variety of reasons. Do you guys have anything you want to share with our listeners on things to remember?
I would say, especially for service members that may be listening, especially if you're not someone that is going home or seeing your family or loved ones, just staying connected with your military community. Maybe looking into some of the MWR events, because there are a lot of things that happen over the holiday season and even into like block leave, or just making sure that you're staying connected with people in some other way if you can't physically see them, whether that be a video call or something like that. And then also just having a realistic schedule for yourself if you are traveling or doing some things over the holidays, prioritizing things and being able to outline what you're doing. So smart. Doing one thing at a time. Also, just don't overwhelm yourself. Make it realistic for, the time that you have.
Yeah. I feel like every time I travel places, I'm like, let me cram everything in like 2 days. And then I come home and I'm like, wow, I really need a vacation from that vacation I just took.
That's how I am. It drives my wife crazy because anytime we go on a vacation, I don't want to miss anything. I want to do as much as possible. So I have these elaborate schedules, and then we're exhausted afterwards.
Yeah, that's how I am too. It's exhausting.
Yeah. So, I mean, one thing I would say is just, take some time to breathe. Take a step back, take 5 minutes to yourself, get away from people maybe, and just do some deep breathing, 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out, and just relax, refocus your mind. So, I mean, a lot of times we let our emotions get the best of us. We kind of lose control, and we just need to take that step back, breathe, think things through. So
yeah, those are good tips. Okay, great. Well, is there anything else that you guys think that is important for our listeners that we haven't gotten to yet?
I would say, I know we talked a lot about using service members as an example of our clients, but we do see like everyone in the military community. So any service member across all branches, whether you're active duty, reserve, National Guard, you can come to the Armed Forces Wellness Center. Okay. But also spouses, retirees, family members, as well as DOD civilians can also utilize our services as well.
That's awesome.
Everything's free. So
that's great.
You do something here at Fort Cavazos, and you move to, Fort Liberty. They have an AFWC, so Armed Forces Wellness Center. So we document in our own database. So everything that you do with us, our programs are standardized, so they would have the same services. You could continue your care over there.
That's awesome. That's great. Okay, well, do you guys want to tell us what your hours of operations are? Phone number, where people can find you, that sort of stuff?
Yeah. So our operating hours are just Monday through Friday. Okay. 07 to 1600, so 4 o'clock, 7 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon.
Okay. The real question is going to be, are you guys open on training holidays? People are always going to ask that.
We are, actually. We're open on training holidays. Okay. We're not open on federal holidays.
Right, that makes sense.
But yeah, for sure, we're open on training holidays. We have a pretty flexible schedule. I mean, we can sometimes work in like lunch appointments and things like that. Okay. So if you can get into that initial appointment, sit down and meet with one of us, then we can work our schedules to best meet yours. But
awesome.
And if you're looking to make an appointment with us, you can give us a call at 254-553-6196.
Perfect. I'm going to have you say it one more time.
Yeah, it's 254-553-6196.
Perfect.
And also, if you're wondering where we're located, our address is 657 Ratton Drive. Our building number is 36031. So we're actually kind of basically across the street from the 3-Core building, if you know.
Okay.
That's where we're at right now, but kind of directly across from the parade field on the other side of Tank Destroyer.
Okay. Yes. Good. We like landmarks for people. That's awesome.
Just north of the Shoemaker Center.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on and talking with us. I appreciate it. My last question, of course, is going to be, what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? Anything fun?
So I get to meet my father-in-law's side of the family for the first time. So my wife has given me a lot of, interesting stories about them. So it should be a lot of fun. Should be a good holiday family dynamic.
Nice. Well, that sounds interesting for you.
Yeah, so just traveling there for Thanksgiving.
Great.
Well, I'm from Michigan, so that's where all my family is. And I am not going home for Thanksgiving, but I just saw my family this past weekend, and we did a dinner. It wasn't Thanksgiving food, but it was still
food,
like getting together, things like that. So I am taking the day to do absolutely nothing.
Oh, I love that.
And I'm looking forward to that. So
yeah, that sounds really nice. And I'm sure lots of service members here on the installation will be doing the same thing, just chilling and relaxing. So I get that. There's nothing wrong with that. Just take a day to watch a good movie and hang out.
And we are open the day after Thanksgiving. So.
Okay.
I won't be there, though.
I will be there.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not going home.
Yeah, that makes sense,
We're going to, I guess that's something else that we're doing. We're going to the UT Texas Tech game, last ever game between those two. So my wife went to UT, so she's really excited. I'm not.
Okay.
Go Pokes. That's right.
All right. I'm a Jayhawk. I went to the University of Kansas, so nice. I get it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on with me today. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Happy
we appreciate
Thanksgiving.
It. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Let's keep it real. You're out having fun, you have a few drinks, now you're ready to go home, and you're pretty confident you can drive yourself, right? Think again. Don't be that person. Have a plan, call a friend, and don't drink and drive.
Okay, so we're just like full on covering down with the Armed Forces Wellness Center. Obviously, they were here with us today on the podcast. You actually did an article about them for the paper. We're just like really getting into who they are and the services that they offer.
Yes. Well, hey, everyone. This is Janice Wright from the Garrison Public Affairs Office. And yes, I did do an article. Yeah. Found out all there is to know about the bod pod.
Mm-hmm. Yes. They are definitely pushing bod pod right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was really interesting because back in the day, you know, I'm a military vet, and I was in the military back in the day. I'm not going to date myself, but I do remember getting the tape test after I had my child, which is, if you don't make the weight requirement with the pounds, they will tape you to, you know, gauge your body fat. However, the bod pod is a much more specific and targeted tool to do that.
It really is. Yeah. Yes. So I'm glad that they were able to come in and kind of talk about what it does and the other services that they offer on top of just going in, because they obviously offer those like walk-in hours for people just to do the bod pod, but they really, obviously we talked about all this, but they really encourage you to use their services and to set that follow-up appointment with them to kind of get into it.
If you have a DOD ID card, you can actually use the bod pod.
Absolutely.
If you do not use walk-in hours, you do have to make an appointment.
That's true. Yeah, absolutely. So they offer just like so much. And you know who else offers a lot?
Who?
Oh, the installation.
Of course. We wouldn't be the great place if we didn't offer a lot.
Great things. Yeah.
Yes. So one of the big exciting things that we have is the HOP Holiday Bus Route.
Yes, it is here. It is this weekend.
Here. Yes. As part of a new service, the HOP will begin a new partnership bus route this holiday weekend called the Holiday Hop. Okay. Anyone who is able to come on post can ride. That means if you can get a visitor's pass, or if you have a DOD ID card,
or if you're like a contractor, or you work for Cavalry Family Housing,
to the installation, you can get a ride.
Absolutely. Yes. We were really pushing that.
Yes. So the route will pick up and drop off patrons at designated pickup points.
Right.
And the route is a test route for a larger program that will be coming next year to provide service to on-post residents.
That is awesome. Yeah, we're really looking forward to the bus. I think it's going to be great.
It's going to be excellent. Really good for people who don't have vehicles.
Yeah, we've talked about it a little bit. We've posted on our social media already, just like letting people know that this is happening. And everybody's instant response has been, oh my goodness, this is so needed. We're so excited.
Absolutely.
So everybody get out there. Use the holiday hop, and then it's coming back in December.
Yes, just for you guys, the holiday hop will run again December 23rd through January 7th.
That's correct. Yeah, yes. I'm excited. It's gonna be really fun.
It'll be great, especially like I said, for people who don't have vehicles, maybe you're down a vehicle, families who need 2 vehicles.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this will come in clutch.
Yes, definitely. Yes. I'm excited for the larger one come springtime next year.
Absolutely.
Which they are actually hiring for.
Absolutely. So the Hill Country Transit Service is hiring approximately 50 part-time drivers.
That's a lot of people.
Yes. For the upcoming micro transit services on post, the whole shebang.
Yeah.
The positions, they start at $18 an hour.
Man, that is a good pay.
That's a start.
That
a means good pay. Potential to go up.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes. And something that is also important to remember is that those part-time drivers, they don't ever have to leave the installation.
Right. They drive on post.
Yeah, the buses will already be here. So for spouses or dependents who are family members who are looking for a part-time position, especially people who already live on the installation, you don't have to go anywhere except across the installation. The bus is already
absolutely here. It could not be more convenient for you to get in on this side gig. Yes. So the positions will start in February 2024, and if you're interested in applying, you can visit takethehop.com.
Heck yeah, we love it. I'm excited.
We do.
That's awesome. Yes. Okay, so we talked about this every week so far, but as a reminder for folks, Nature and Lights has started. It is the 5.5 mile drive-through holiday light experience. They should call it an extravaganza because it is amazing.
I think extravaganza works better than experience.
Yeah, I think so. So they're going to have, obviously, an opportunity for you to drive through. They usually have photos with Santa, and you can get hot chocolate and put on the Christmas radio. Yes. And it's incredible. It will be going through December 31st. As per usual, my recommendation is to go Monday through Wednesday because you can get a holiday ornament while those supplies last. And also there's nobody there, so you should go.
Great.
Absolutely. Yes. What else we got going on?
Oh, a big deal.
Ooh.
So scholarship applications are now open.
Yes, we talked about that last week.
We did.
Yes.
Anybody looking to supplement, paying for your education, definitely should look into applying to the variety of scholarships that we have to offer, or the Fort Cavazos Family Scholarship Fund has to offer, I say. So they are accepting applications, and scholarships are available to high school seniors, military spouses, and for eligibility requirements and to apply online, you have to visit fortcavasosscholarship.org/apply.
Nice.
Again, that is Fort Cavazos Scholarship, all one word, .org/apply. And the deadline is February 16th, 2024, which is not that far.
No, it's really not. It's going to be here in a blink of an eye.
Yes, don't procrastinate.
Definitely don't. Oh my goodness.
This is important. That money is going to be given to somebody. It might as well be you. That's what I keep saying. Why not you?
Absolutely. Yeah, so for people who want a little bit more information, maybe to dive in a little deeper, I highly recommend you go to last week's episode. We talked with Angel Egan, she's the president of the scholarship fund. And then in this week's paper, we also have an article from Blair talking about the same thing. So,
yes,
lots of options for you.
Lots of options, lots of good stuff. So also, in the spirit of the holidays, the DFMWR holiday schedule is posted on Facebook.
Okay. Yeah. So that's going to talk about the Directorate of Family and Morale, Welfare, and Recreation's
I can never
facilities. Yeah, I know. It's a tongue twister. But they're going to talk about, the library, all the gyms, all of the child development centers.
Yes.
So things that you kind of need to know for this week in terms of Thanksgiving. And then their Christmas holiday, or I should say winter break holiday, is going to go up in early December for people to kind of be prepared. So you can
plan your schedule around when everything is open and when everything is closed, and you're aware.
Yeah, absolutely.
So also something that is important. So federal open season, not seasoning. Sorry, you guys.
I mean, seasoning sounds good too, though.
Federal open season is open. So that means if you guys need to make changes to your medical coverage and things like that,
dental care,
this
vision.
is the time when you can do that.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is an important time for both employees, so us, essentially, Department of the Army employees, as well as any other federal employee. That includes those military spouses. For TRICARE, you can change what type of TRICARE you have right now.
Right. So for information on the TRICARE open season, you can visit tricare.mil/open season.
Okay.
So again, that is tricare.mil/open season.
Okay. And then what about for us federal employees?
For us federal employees, it's a little bit longer. So you will go to opm.gov/healthcare-insurance/open-season.
Okay. So my recommendation for people is just Google that. Google federal open season.
I'd be happy to give it to them one more time.
You absolutely can. Yes. So for people who don't know, the OPM stands for Office of Personnel Management.
Yes.
That is our people who essentially do HR for us.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So I'll just give it to you guys one more time because I know it's a lengthy one. It's opm.gov/healthcare-insurance/open-season.
Nice. I love it. Yeah.
So, and it ends December 11th. So again,
yes, it is a quick turnaround.
You're going to blink and it's going to be December 11th. So
really
don't
will.
wait.
Yes, this is important. This is your one time of the year that you can change your health care, your vision care, your dental. If you want to do the health savings plan.
Yes.
Without having a qualifying life event. Right. So this is the time to do it.
Yeah. Again, don't wait.
Definitely don't wait.
So lastly, of course, we've been conserving water for months now. Thanks to our efforts, we have a little bit more water in the lake. It's gone up a whole percentage.
We're looking good. Real good.
Yes, it is much appreciated, but water conservation is still important for everyone. So we are still in mandatory stage 2 water conservation measures and in place until further notice, pretty much. So no watering of all types of landscaping between the hours of 10 a.m. and 8 p.m. daily. Report all on-post leaks to DPW by calling 254-287-2113. And off-post leaks to the local city water departments. Okay. So, yeah.
Great. Yeah, we got to do our best and
do our due diligence. Our due diligence.
All right. Well, this week is Thanksgiving.
Yes.
What is your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Oh, God. It used to be mac and cheese, but I don't know. Pasta just...
Pasta?
Yeah, me and pasta are not friends like we used to be. Yeah. So it used to be mac and cheese.
Okay.
So I don't know.
It used to be. I was going to say, what is it now? Yeah.
I love mashed potatoes.
Okay.
I love potatoes in any form.
Me too.
Yeah. And I have yet to try fried turkey, so maybe someone will make that and I'll actually get to try it this year.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yes. My favorite is the box stuffing.
She made sure to say the
box. I got to be specific about
Stovetop, people.
Stovetop. Yes. Stovetop stuffing is my favorite. You can eat that year round. So
you don't have to wait until
No, you don't. Why wait till Thanksgiving to eat that? Right. Stuffing is amazing. I love it. I have made homemade stuffing before. It is good. It just isn't the same thing, though. You know, it's the same thing with like people who eat the blue box mac and cheese, you know, versus like homemade or a different brand of mac and cheese.
The audacity.
It's got to be the blue box, you know? Yeah, I'm specific. Okay, so what's your favorite holiday, your Thanksgiving holiday tradition?
Oh, God. Probably, sitting around and saying what we're all thankful for. I really think that's meaningful.
I like that too. Yeah.
And then eating is a close runner-up.
There we go. My favorite is the parade. I like the parade.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be lots of things going on.
Yeah. I love the parade because I am the type of person who likes to decorate for Christmas November 1st.
Right. Because
That's
you have
me.
to.
Yeah, that's me. My dad is not that person. He will not decorate until you see Santa on the tree, like on the TV at the end of the parade. Then he says, okay, we can decorate. So that's my favorite.
Oh, my
Because then I can start decorating.
So you guys are those people. Okay. So you would be that neighbor. And
Absolutely.
Everybody, yes.
Yeah, if I could, I would. Yeah, for sure.
I'm the boring neighbor. Like, I don't have
sad.
a wreath. I don't have any foliage, anything festive yet. I don't know why. Like, you can go out anywhere and get something, nowadays. I don't know why I haven't done that yet.
How dare you?
Don't procrastinate like me, you guys. Please don't.
No, I already have my wreath up on my door. I've got garland outside. So I live in an RV. We've got garland on the RV. I got a big red bow on the front,
No bows.
It's all out. We're ready.
No garland.
I got ornaments hanging up already. Got my little tree inside.
Yeah.
I'm full Christmas already.
See, I think it's partly because I'm an empty nester now. When my sons were there, I did all of that. It was great.
You know what? I talked to my mom just the other day, and she said the same thing in that she's like, nobody's coming to visit me this year.
See?
I just don't
I'm not
feel
alone.
motivated to put anything up.
Right. I'm not alone.
You're not alone. No.
No.
Although I did bully her a little bit on that. I was like, come on, Mom, get it together.
Kudos to those of you who are already decorating for the holidays.
Absolutely.
Kudos.
Yes. And, I guess a little respect to those who are waiting. Whatever.
Okay, my question. How long do you wait to take everything down?
Oh, I am a last minute. I put it up as long as possible.
Right.
After the new year, usually it's like the second weekend in January.
Yeah, I got you beat. I think one year I waited. It was like spring break before I took that stuff down.
I love that. Oh, yes. If that could be me, it
was
would
just
be.
one of those things. Yeah, I'll do it next weekend.
I'll get to it.
Yeah, I'll get to it.
I love it when people leave their tree up year round and just put up different decorations on it. They're like,
Basically.
why pull it down? I'll just put up some spring, Easter, bunny rabbits.
Multi-purpose. It needs to be
Absolutely.
multi-purpose. Who buys something just to use it for one thing?
Yeah, you should use it year round.
Right.
I love
Absolutely.
that.
I agree. I'm on board.
All right, folks. Well, that's all we've got. So happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your time off. Enjoy just relaxing, whether that's by yourself or with family or friends or whoever your chosen people are.
Happy Turkey Day, everyone.
We will talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
This podcast is a U.S. Army Garrison Fort Cavazos and Fort Cavazos Public Affairs production. Have a question or want to share some of your wisdom with us? Drop us an email at fortcavazos@gmail.com. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Fort Cavazos Army. And as always, be sure to leave us a review and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.